Hey guys, what's going on? This is Namkraft and welcome to this is a Starcraft English commentary. I'm here back with fresh Starcraft content for you. Keep in mind that on Namkraft TV YouTube channel, you will only see the latest games. You never see a stale games from like 2-3 years ago, maybe not that far, maybe 1 year ago. I don't even cast, except if it's going to be a classic Broodwar series, then I will indicate it for you. But otherwise, it is going to be the game just recently played a few days ago, max 4 or 5 days ago. We never have 1 week's old game. But anyhow, this is going to be a special encounter. We are looking at Soma versus Dewalt. Soma, of course, the reigning ASL champion. Dewalt is a Russian player. He's considered by many to be the best non-Korean pro gamers out there, albeit these days I think the Chinese players are very, very strong themselves. So let's see if Dewalt will be playing in the qualifiers for the ASL this weekend. I think he will be playing. How far he will get along is going to be the question. I don't think he ever came to the semi-finals of any qualifiers. I think he played in one of the quarterfinals, or a couple of quarterfinals, but getting into the semi-finals has been hard. And we've had 2 Chinese players who made it into the finals of the qualifiers, albeit they never got a ticket to the ASL. So this is something we're going to be looking forward to in the next part of the game, because these Korean players are getting old, right? So at some point, someone will have to take over them, and it's going to be very interesting for all of us to see who that player might be. Anyways, this map is going to be Octagon. I think you all know about this map, and let me just introduce you my latest invention. It is going to be this bottom middle banner right here, which gives you information about a lot of things. I have moved the this what is this thing called, this Protoss Nexus stuff to the right side, and then I put in the player banner as well as the production queue. So I hope you can actually enjoy all of that. And this is Soma's player card. You already have his information over there. That's quite nice. And let me just also throw it out there. Dewalt's player card. I don't think you've ever seen this before. This is Dewalt's player card. His name is Andrei Belayev. Belayev, is that saying it? No, Belayev. Okay, that is what it is. I'm sorry, I don't speak Russian. But he has got nice YouTube. There's nice cozy corner on YouTube there with 3,800 subscribers. He is ELO rated. That's right. He is not a he's not a no-namer. He's got an ELO scores. His ELO scores is 900-ish. Right, which is not bad actually, because we have players like C who don't play, and his ELO scores around that time. Terror's ELO scores is around that much, so can at least guarantee to defeat Terror and those players. But anyway, some Zerlings are coming across the map. This is a Zealot opening first with Gateway here for Dewalt. He's gonna have to hold this area hard. For the time being, he's able to hold it quite nicely. Not bad. And we will have the Zealot going for attack, but good for Soma to pull back and save most of his Zerlings. What is happening inside of Soma's main base? Expansion, and this probe is allowed to live for some time. We shall see what is going to be the next move. It's going to be better for Soma because it's got a much better, multitasking skills. He needs to actually use this Zerlings to attack the Zealot as his other Zerlings are chasing this probe around. But he's not going to do that. Maybe he's going to save his hand muscles for something else here. And I also have the hotkey configuration of the player, so let's just go ahead and take a look at that. So this is for Soma. The first is going to be on the group of Zerlings, 2 is on other Zerlings, 3 on the Overlord, 4 on the spawning pool, 5 hatchery, 6 lair, 7 hatchery, 8, 9, and 0 have not yet been assigned. On the wall side of the map, looks like he is going to be walling off completely with a Forge and just waiting here. By the way, did I tell you that this game is guaranteed to be epic? This game is freaking awesome. We've seen some amazing Dewalt games. He's played some great versus Terran players, but let's see his skills here against the Zerg players, and he's going to try to have to micro hard here. His Zealots are damaged. At least one of the Zealots is damaged, but he's going to be able to actually go back and hide behind a wall. So things are quite stabilized here. On this side of the map there is going to be this probe still alive. What kind of tech are we seeing from Soma? Looks like his lair is completed, but he's not yet decided whether to go for a spire or not. We're looking at his gas count. There it is. The gas has been used to make the spire. And the Stargate is coming up. Looks like this Overlord is going to be leaving these areas. By the way, Dewalt, if you're watching this, please let me know in the video comment What is your stance? And maybe this question extends to all of you Russians out there. What are your stance regarding the current Iranian crisis? Or should I call it crisis? Because I don't know. People don't want to say war. Do you support or you against? Say da or niet. Right, okay, there's gonna be some Zerglings attempting to run by here, but probe's gonna get pulled correctly. These Zerglings have now speed, so they would try to come in, but Dewalt is on it, and he's moving across the map with 4 Zelle. These are very healthy one. Even this one is gonna be actually retrieve their health. And we do have additional Zerglings coming out, so Dewalt has done the right move here to pull back and is conserve most of his Zealot. You know, this kind of cat and mouse game is very, very important in Starcraft. You don't have perfect information, and you need to actually go out there and make your decision based on what little information you have, and that sometimes decide the game actually. Okay, there's going to be a Corsair coming out, but missing that Overlord in the corner, unfortunately. Alright, there is going to be another group of Overlords somewhere, possibly around this base. No, we don't see it just yet. And for the timing, I don't see Scourges, just drones. He is just making drone. The Corsair finally discovered, and we are seeing some Scourges getting made at some point in the future. So that is something on the horizon. The Hydrogen has been completed, and Dewalt checks out on this other side of the map. By the way, let me just quickly also show you some other really interesting stuff. So I think you know about the map already, right? So this map is called, what is this map called? This is Octagon. Yeah, there it is, Octagon. Just quickly show you. Scourges will try to chase this Corsair away. And on Octagon, I will also quickly give you the win rate for Protoss players. So Octagon, they enjoy 60% win rate on this map. So this is a great map for the Dewalt to be playing. And in terms of the state of things, what are Soma's ranking today? Let me just quickly show you, because I told you that Elo's rankings is around 950, 960, and in today's World of Starcraft, Soma is 1379, so that's a big difference still between these two players. But on Laddernet, you know, it doesn't make that much of a difference because the players are kind of goofing off, trying new builds and so forth. Anyways, the Zerglings are always attempting a run by here, but looks like Dewalt has got most of his forces in order. Let's just go ahead and take a look inside of Soma's main base, and of course he's going to be going for Illusion Chamber. Additional, okay, he's going to be making massive Hydras. Interesting build here. Just make a couple of Scourges and then do not make any more air units and focus on the ground attack. Upgrades are coming up very nicely. Weapons air upgrade for Dewalt. He's got 5 Corsairs going to try to come out and start to attack against the Scourges. Good micro, some cannons coming up, but massive amount of Hydras possibly. No, looks like for now we're going to be seeing switch back into drones for the timing. This map, I think, is very tricky, you know, for Protoss player in general to play against, because this expansion doesn't have gas and it's very wide open. It's very hard to keep it alive. But the Zealot have the +1. They're almost about to have speed. It is going to be a devastating attack from Dewalt. The Zerglings are coming to pull back. The Hydras are in high enough number. Need to make massive Hydras. Are they upgraded the Hydras? It looks like some upgrades are gonna go on the way here. Hydra's attack range is not yet completed, so this is why these Hydras are kind of slow. The Overlords are coming here at the wrong time. All of a sudden here, Overlords going to be falling very quickly. Zealots are trying to attack from the backside, and they take a lot of hits from the Corsairs. These Overlords are going to be falling very quickly, and looks like at the end of the day, some of these Overlords will get destroyed, and Dewalt pulls back. There was a mistake there by Soma to be losing all of his Overlord. He lost almost all, I guess he lost all of them. Not just almost all, but he lost every single Overlord, and these Corsairs are still alive. They will be hiding in the corner. For the timing, let's pull back this overlay and let's take a look at the hotkey configuration right now for Soma. Group 1 is on the Hydras, Group 2 Overlord, Group 3 drones, Group 4 Hydroden with the Lurker upgrade, Group 5 Hatchery, 6 Hatchery with the Lair. What is this thing called? This is the Ventral Sacs, which means transportation. Hatchery, and Hatchery. Why is this a Ventral Sac? I mean, why is it transportation? It doesn't even look like transport at all. It just looks like some kind of symmetrical art. Anyhow, the Corsairs are checking for the situation, and the Dewalt was successful in stopping the supply count here for the enemy. And for the timing, the Corsairs, they are still at 5. This Corsairs is very badly damaged, but it actually can survive here for some time. We have a Dark Templar coming out with a couple of kills, but it's going to get sniped, and the Corsairs is going to fall back here. Dewalt now just amassing massive army. His armor 2 upgrade is coming nicely along. In terms of the Hydra's upgrade, what we'll be seeing here, the +1 Nido Spine is completed, and the transportation thing is going to get finished soon, which means we shall see drop into the main base, and Dewalt is making additional Corsairs. This is very rare. I think the Korean pro gamers usually they don't make additional Corsairs when they lose the first groups, but it looks like Dewalt is going to try to do that. Massive Lurkers, massive Hydras, massive everything. A drop I think is incoming. This Ventral Sack thing upgrade is going to complete very, very soon here, so we shall see what is the next move between these two players. As you can see, Overlords are starting to get grouped up on this side of the map. Scourge is coming across the map. There are 3 cannons on this side. On this base, you're going to get attacked from the right side, but still it's going to be quite easy to defend if you have a few high temperatures in that locations. Anyways, we are seeing some Lurkers getting morphed here, so which means there's going to be a drop into the main. Looks like the Dewalt only has 1 cannon, which will be a little bit tricky. Overlords has got some nice vision. Let's take a look at the player's vision. Right now, this is Dewalt's vision. He doesn't see that group of drops waiting for him, and this is going to be Soma's vision. He doesn't see a lot of things. He doesn't see these Zealots here, but he's got nice vision of those areas. And actually, probes can get transferred to this base like as soon as possible. Once the probes get transferred, then there's going to be fewer probes in the main to work with. And additional Corsair still coming out very, very nicely for Dewalt here. He's sniping a few Hydras. And finally, we're going to be seeing double Lurkers, 4 Hydras. Okay, a total of 8 Hydras and 2 Lurkers. But Hydras are getting mauled down as Dewalt takes the center stage here. Some Hydras coming across the map as well. These Overlords on the right side is going to get sniped. There is no vision of those areas. Additional Corsairs are coming out. Do we have Robotics? There is going to be Observers. Dewalt to start to send some of his probes right now. He does send most of his probes away. This is very unfortunate for him. The timing is perfect. And now does Dewalt see this threat? He does see it. What is his reaction on the map? He's returning with some of his Corsair. The probes once again need to attack at a fresh wave. So Dragoon just popped. Where's Observer? There's Observer. He needs to send Observer. There's going to be a major attack on this other side of the map. It's got the probes has been safely transferred to a new base. But this is a lot of problem here for Dewalt. Lurkers, Hydras, the Nexus is about to get sniped. Where is the Observer? He's trying to hold his front down. Finally, the Observer has arrived. He will be losing his Nexus, but he won't be losing his tech, or he might lose some of his tech. I'm not so sure. The Hydras might focus on trying to snipe down those Templar Archive, but it looks like at the last bit Dewalt is able to actually clear things up, but he's lost his Nexus, so that's kind of unfortunate there that this is happening. Anyways, there's going to be some courses getting sniped on this side of the map, but Dewalt has been very, very conscientious to keep his courses alive. Let's take a look at the grouping as we see the Hydra start to pop here. This is Soma's grouping. Where do I have his grouping? Group 1 is not assigned because they all died. Group 2 is Hydras. Group 3 is Hydras. 4 Hydras. And then the rest are all just hatcheries. Is what we have going on for here. Dewalt has got about a 15 supply advantage. He's about to recreate his Nexus. And he's going to try to do that. His upgrades are quite good, as you can see. +1 weapons and +1 armor, +2 shield is coming, +2 armor is coming across nicely. There are 3 cannons to defend. The mutants start to dive in. They could actually try to attack against the cannons. And those cannons took a bit of hits, but it looks like for the time being they're still alive. And it looks like they're going to try to attack into these areas behind the cannon line. This is a good place to hide. Where the Corsairs double attack from both angles here. Of course, Soma is a reigning champion, is very, very good with his tactic. There could be a storm though. Soma need to pay attention. There is that. No, there's going to be no storm. The Corsair is going to try to chase those areas, and there's going to be additional Corsairs on this side. Looks like Soma has not been able to penetrate, and Dewalt is able to take him down. The Hydras are going to have to do a lot of distraction work here because the Mutants are very, very damaged. Looks like the rest of the day, those Mutants are still going to try to come back here. There's going to be another dive in as a Mutants, but they're taking a lot of damage. They will try to snipe this Nexus, but it looks like at the end of the day, they're going to be leaving. And Dewalt continues to pump Corsairs. It's very interesting. I really like this play. You need to be consistently pumping Corsairs because you have them upgraded. So you cannot just not use them, right? Looks like Soma is making a lot of drones. He's not... Okay, he's got his 4th base. He's going to actually have to defend it correctly over there. And Dewalt now have the +2 armors upgrade. Let's take a look at the Hydras. They have the +2 Nido Spine. The Mutalists, let me just quickly see where they are. I don't see them anywhere on the map. Do I see them? Maybe have a grouping. There they are. So they have the +1 Flyer Capus on them, which is very, very nice. Dewalt could start to think about his 3rd base. Additional upgrades and more, trying to snipe the Zerg's additional hatcheries here. Good storms here for Dewalt. The attack against this position is going to be very difficult because there's a Hydra hiding in the corner. The Hydra is going to storm the Mutas. No response from Soma. He lost most of his Mutas, and now the Hydra is going to try to come down, but there's going to be enough time for the reinforcement to arrive from the backside. A lot of Protoss thrusters coming across the map. There's only 1 cannon remaining, but Dewalt will hold this for sure because there are no Lurkers. The Nexus is going to get targeted upon, but good storm to pull all of those Hydras back, and they even get trapped on the corner. Another great storm hit to damage all of those Hydras, and now Dewalt leading by around 15 to 20 supply. Soma with his new base is gonna have very nice times here. Let's take a look at the state of tech inside of each of the players' bases. What is happening? We're going to be having finally Queen's Nest. Queen's Nest is very late. This is the dilemma, the ever and never-ending dilemma for the Zerg player, which is when they need to switch into the other techs and where they need to actually stick with what they have here. And we are going to be seeing additional forces from both of the players. I think Soma is not really playing with his full potential. 360 APM is still very high, but you know, sometimes you're trying out some goofy stuff and not really focus on the game here. But anyways, there is going to be an attack through the center. These Mutas are still very strong with the +1 carapace. Hydra's trying to intercept. Dewalt takes a high ground advantage and pushes them back. Looks like somebody doesn't have vision of those areas where the Mutas deciding they're gonna try to go. They will try to go inside of the main. Do we have some cannons? Looks like Dewalt makes additional Corsairs. He keeps on making Corsairs. It's very interesting. He's got one Corsairs. He's gonna have to pull back with his Corsairs. He's gonna try to run in the corner. This is the right idea. As Dewalt chase the rest of the Hydras around. And we have two Corsairs grouped up together. Looks like there's gonna be a storm on. Okay, that is a great first storm. Not bad. Not bad. And he's gonna be able to actually snipe all of those Mutas, but looks like all of the Corsairs have died. And he was able to come out here, but Dewalt mauling down all of these Hydras. The lurkers get trapped in the corner, and GG, bye! Soma, thanks for watching. Bye.